Alright, I guess here we go. This is Nathan. This isn't gonna be a normal Isaac video. Actually, I don't even expect you guys to see this at all, in all honesty. Uh, but I'm going to be... One second, let me get this right here set up. Alright. I'm going to be running through the basement seed, which is a never-ending run on the basement. Let's just put B-A-S-E, like that basement. Yeah, I'm going to be running through this while reading something that was written by another member of TacoTugBoat, Laurel, the other person doing Binding of Isaac Let's Plays here on the channel. And she's really big into Vampire Diaries. It's her favorite TV series. For good reason. Not going to get into that though, but she loves it to death. And she also has quite the following around the Vampire Diaries as well. So I was joking with her that we should put up a Let's Play of the Vampire Diaries Facebook game, but apparently it's gone. Yay! So, and there are some fan games, but those are not even I would do that, and there's very little that I would do. Wait, what? No. Anyways, so instead of the game side of the fandom for that, I'm gonna be while playing basement. Let me get into basement real fast. I'm gonna pause it. You're gonna see a lot of that on the screen right there because I'm gonna have to scroll down what I'm doing. I'm going to be reading a fanfiction written by our very own Laurel from this channel. It is a Vampire Diaries fanfiction, yay, of course. And I'm not a dramatic reader or anything like that. I'm just gonna be reading it as I would in my head and pointing out some things. It's like, what? Oh, and to put this out there, I know jack shit about the Vampire Diaries series. I've watched 4 episodes, 5 maybe. Yeah, around there. So none of this is gonna make sense, but this isn't for me. This is for the people who are watching, prospective fans of the channel, and most likely fans of this series. So yeah. Oh god. Alright, let me get situated here. Alright. Starting up. I'm on fanfiction.net, of course. It's the only website you can... Am I on greed mode? I'm on greed mode. I don't... What the hell? Of course this is on fanfiction.net, but the title is Safe and Sound by Captain Flying Sparrow. I have still yet to ask what the fuck that means. Like, where do you get Flying Sparrow from? Like, I don't know. Granted, my tag is all hell the egg because of a nickname I got in the game. And hey, eggs are awesome. But anyway. Alright, Safe and Sound by Captain Flying Sparrow. The it's gonna be harder than I thought it was. The bio, the synopsis, if you will, of this is: gambling comes in many different shapes and sizes. Even in the supernatural world, both werewolves and witches hate the vampire race. So it isn't hard to believe that a very old tradition still exists centuries later. Let me kill this little headless bastard and then I'll continue with that. Still exists centuries later. Both Damon and Elena will play this deadly game. Oh, enticing. This deadly game. The only question is, who will survive? Oh fuck, I got hit. Who will survive? Delena. I don't know who that... There's not a character in the series named Delena that I know of. Granted, I have only watched 5 episodes, but I don't think there is, so I don't know who she's talking about there. Read and review. Alright. This is rated Fiction T. Alrighty then. Oh god. That was... If you heard the beep, that was her. She's getting all flustered, I guess. Because she knows that this is actually going to happen. You shouldn't have said go for it. But yeah, let's go on. Okay. There's a little tag part before the story starts. Okay, I couldn't wait and I had to go ahead and post the first chapter. Smiley face. I hope you guys enjoy the story. Make sure to review and check my other Delena. Who is Delena? Like, I don't know who this Delena person is. Fanfiction, my paper mistletoe. Smiley face again. Paper mistletoe. Alright. That's another story we'll have to read on another video, I guess. Alright, here's spoiler warnings. First, before you start reading, everything that has happened in the Vampire Diaries has... Everything that has happened in the Vampire Diaries has happened... Wait, what? This isn't phrased right. I don't think. It may be just me dodging and trying not to die. One second, let me kill him and then I'll check this out. Okay. Everything that has happened in the Vampire Diaries has happened. What? This story takes place right after 3x18, which is Season 3, Episode 18, but before Season 3, Episode 19. Okay. The parsing on that is, could use some work. Okay, but spoilers, if you haven't watched Episode 19, or 18 and 19 of Season 3, don't listen to this. She's probably not going to listen to this anyway, because she's probably not going to let me upload this, but oh well. Follow me on Twitter, Eclipse Todd. I don't know who that is. Like, I've never heard that before. I've known her for like, what, 4 years? I don't know who Eclipse Todd is. Must be a friend that she doesn't talk to anymore, something like that. And right below that it says Captain Flying Sparrow Productions. Once again, what? But that's her her YouTube is Captain Flying Sparrow Productions and all that. She has the Twitter, and y'all all probably know this already. Disclaimer. Oh, I love this. I think you're gonna love this as well. Disclaimer: I own nothing. Well, it's kind of harder. Don't be hard on yourself. You own something, just not this. But yeah, I own nothing. I don't own TVD, which is the Vampire Diaries, if you didn't gather, or any of the characters. They all belong to the rightful owners. I wish I owned Damon Salvatore, whatever. And it's like, I wish I owned Damon Salvatore, in like parentheses, chuckles darkly. Okay. Well, it's gonna show some bias in this series, apparently. Nothing bad is ever gonna happen to him. No, I'm just kidding. Probably, I don't know. First time reading it, but let's go on. Summary. Gambling comes in many different shapes and sizes, even in the supernatural. Wait, didn't I just read this already? Yes, I did. Alright. There's the synopsis in 2 places. That's weird. Well, it's not really her fault, because it's just the way the website's structured. Let me, oh. Get excited for the next thing I'm about to read. It's a verse from the almighty and holy Tasteway, or Taste Swizzle, I guess is another name, but I think it's like verse 2 or something like that from the holy books of Tasteway. Is let me just scroll down a little bit more. Of course, Vampire Diaries, Safe and Sound by Clapton. I'm gonna call you that from now on. Captain Flying Sparrow. This is verse 2 from the book of Tasteway. Just close your eyes, the sun is going down. You'll be alright. No one can hurt you now. Is it supposed to rhyme? Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound. What? Safe and sound. Oh, that's where you got the name. Featuring Civil Wars? What? Like, as in Marvel Civil Wars? But okay, verse 2 of the Book of Tasteway. Just close your eyes, the sun is going down. You'll be alright. No one can hurt you now. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound. I guess that's alright, sure. That whole religion, Tasteway, Ijin, I don't know what it's called. I don't follow that. Now we're getting into the story. That was a lot of preamble of trying to get into this damn thing. And now I'm fighting Duke of Flies, which is I can read while fighting him. Alright, her hands gripped the steering wheel tightly. Okay, as she sat in the hospital parking lot, tears filled her eyes. Wait, no. That was a little creative, like, liberty there. It's not as till tears filled her eyes. It is tears falling from her eyes. There we go. That's the how it's actually written. Tears falling from her eyes as the rain from above fell softly against her windshield before being swept away by the wipers. Very descriptive. You gotta get in how those wipers destroyed the hell out of the raindrops. These giant flies are annoying. This is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, for 2 reasons. A, this is Isaac, and granted, Duke of Flies is like the eow. I say that as I'm getting hit. Duke of Flies is like the easiest boss you can get, but it's still taking a lot of concentration for me to actually hit the bastard and not his flies. One second, I gotta actually get into like. If I die, I'm gonna cry. If I die, I'm gonna cry. She even asked, how am I gonna do this, like read and play this at the same time earlier before I started recording this, and I just told her because I'm not a scrub, which apparently goddamn it, I forgot I had that. Which apparently, I am, it seems. Alright. Her hands gripped the steering wheel tightly as she sat in the hospital parking lot, tears falling from her eyes as the rain from above fell softly against her windshield, before being swept away by the evil wipers. Scratch that. Before being swept away by the wipers. Alright. The little cotton ball on her forearm was held tightly against her skin by pink tape. Best color. That wrapped around her arm. She tried not to think about getting completely wrecked while reading a fanfiction. Okay, she tried not to think about what just transpired. I'm in a corner. She tried not to think about what just transpired. She tried to ignore it, push it to the back of her mind, and hope that sooner or later she would just forget about it completely. I don't know what just transpired. This is literally the second paragraph of this story, but I'm assuming we will find out if I do not die. Which we probably still will, because I'll just restart the run. But, yeah. So, she just got a shot, it seems. Something happened, but we don't know what that something is yet. We'll find out, though. We'll find out, don't worry. I know you're in suspense and whatnot. But what the hell? Why are my tears doing that? Is it him? Yeah, it was him. Alright, but we'll find out. Let's just continue on. Elena Gilbert. Is that her last name? I know I said I've only seen 5 episodes, but Gilbert? Really? Like Gilbert Godfrey? As in Gilbert? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Should know better, she laughed out loud. To herself, for even the thought. She couldn't hide, not from the world that was her life now. Okay. She had just given her first donation to Claus, her first blood donation. Oh. Vampires, blood donations. Okay, I got it. Probably not actually that, but I get you. She's just given her first blood donation. She wanted to call a friend, Caroline maybe. Bonnie, maybe even Alaric? Like, is she friends with some Dark Souls people? Alaric. But when she picked up her phone this morning, she ended up calling no other than Damon Salvatore. See? Bias. This is no, I'm just kidding. Of course you gotta call him. He's hot, right? Like, you got a body you can grate cheese against or something like that. I don't know. She picked up her phone this morning. She ended up calling no other than Damon Salvatore. Like these flies right now have my number and my number only. Alright. She wasn't expecting him to pick up. Not after what she did to him. Ooh, Pisces. Gemini. I did not say Pisces. I'm going to edit that out. I said Gemini. She did not expect him to pick up. Not after what she did to him. Ooh, what did she do? I don't know yet. We'll find out. Damien, to her surprise, did pick up the phone. His usual snarky tone filling her ears. How's everyone else's favorite doppelganger? Wait, what? I'm a little confused, but continue on. Okay, Damien. I'm just gonna call him Damien. I'm sorry. That's how it's parsed in my head. I'm stupid. Damon, to her surprise, picked up the phone. His usual snarky tone filling her ears. How's everyone else's favorite doppelganger? It's just kind of hard for me to read right now. How's everyone else's favorite doppelganger? Everyone else's, so I'm guessing she's not his favorite doppelganger. He must have another favorite doppelganger somewhere, like that he hasn't talked to anybody about in recent times or something. Everyone else's. Oh, it's even punctuated right after this. Everyone else's. Elena couldn't help but feel hurt when he said these words. Yeah, it's just saying, like, you're not my favorite, you're everyone else's. I have my own favorite doppelganger. I'm not going to tell you who it is. No, that'd be spoiling. Spoilers. Spoil. Alright, you'll find out soon, probably. Probably not. Elena couldn't help but feel hurt when he said those words. He was still mad at her, and who could blame him after what she had told him at the Mickelson ball? Mickelson's ball or Mickelson ball? Mickelson's? I'm just going with Mickelson's ball. So it's a ball that was owned by Mickelson. Alright. I'm mad at you because I love you. That's a jumping the gun there. Okay, I'm mad at you because I love you. Well, maybe that's the problem. Wait, what? I guess that's what she told him at the Mickelson's ball, whatever this ball in question is. Alright, I'm mad at you because I love you. Well, maybe that's the problem. That I am gonna read as I see it. Okay, that once sentence changed everything. I'm pretty sure she meant to write that one sentence, but you know, in the heat of the moment, writing about your favorite sexy Damon Salvatore man and his Delena. Oh, Delena, is that the other doppelganger? We still haven't found out who that is. But yeah, you can't help but have typos every once in a while. I mean, this is a long ass fan fiction, so there's gonna be some typos. But that didn't happen. It's not that once sentence changed everything. It's that one sentence changed everything. That's what it is. But it's not actually. It's that once sentence changed everything. The look on his face when she said those words. She still haunts her to this day. Hey, Monstro. You haunt me to this day as well, dog. Get these little bastards out of the way. Okay, yeah. The look on his face when she said those words still haunt him. Still haunt her to this day. She had worked so hard to teach Damon how to care. Wait. What is he, like a Pokemon? This is like when Mewtwo was first created and he hated everything. I guess it's a good analogy. Damon Salvatore is Mewtwo, basically. Alright. She had worked so hard to teach Damon how to care. To teach him that even though he was a monster, a vampire, that he could still keep his humanity. Then she threw it into his face. Well, technically, if you're a monster and a vampire, you're not human anymore, so you don't have humanity, you have vampanity, or vamanity. Vamanity? Vampanity. You're a vampire, you're not a human, so you don't have humanity anymore. But I see what she's trying to... You still have a little bit of what you used to be, is what she's getting at right there. I had Algaz, I could have used that. Did I get hit? Probably. Alright, onwards. He had every right to be mad at her. His love was not a problem. It never was. Or it was never a problem. The problem was she was scared of it. She was scared that she enjoyed his love. Oh, what are you scared of that for? Isn't that a good thing? Granted, he is a vampire, so shit could come out of that. But still, She was scared that she enjoyed his love. That she wanted his love. But at the same time, she wanted... okay, I see. Okay. He had every right to be mad at her. His love was not a problem. It was never a problem. The problem was that she was scared of it. Scared of his love. She was scared of his love. She enjoyed his love. I completely butchered that. Where to restart? I'm sorry. If I felt like editing or putting any effort into editing, you would see a really obvious jump cut to me rereading this sentence right now, but you know, I really don't care. So that was me really stumbling over words just now. Alright. He had every right to be He had every right to be apparently. Okay. He had every right to be mad at her. Awesome. His love was not a problem. It was never a problem. The problem was she was scared of it. She was scared that she enjoyed his love. That she wanted his love. God. Poop. That she wanted his love. But at the same time, she wanted Stefan Salvatore's, his younger brother's love. That's kind of like having the cake and eating it too, though, you know? You get two hot vampire dudes? Come on, lady. Christ. Settle for one at least. Even the, in my opinion, obviously superior one, Stefan, because I can pronounce his damn name. I know it's Damon. Damon? Fuck. Damon. But still. And that was a joke. I don't argue in comments who's superior, I guess. Whatever. Have fun with that. She was becoming Catherine Petrova, her other face. The other doppelganger. Oh, we found out. The other doppelganger. The one woman, Elena Gilbert. I was about to say Gabert. Elena Gilbert never wanted to be. Alright. There's a little pause because I'm going to scroll down right now. Because at the end where I was at. And also, I'm checking to see if I'm actually recording. Because I'm not. Holy shit. And we are. Okay. She was becoming Catherine Petrova, her other face. The other doppelganger. The one woman, Elena Gilbert. Godfrey. Sorry. Elena Gilbert never wanted to be. It's okay to love them both. Depends on what state you live in. But, okay. It's okay to love them both. Elena's grip on the steering whell Elena's grip on the steering wheel tightened. No, it wasn't okay to love them. I was just walking around to him, wasn't I? Okay, no, it's not okay to love them both. Okay, no, it wasn't okay to love them both. I gotta get that right. They both deserve to be loved fully. Well, also, I guess... Oh, yeah, that's true. I was going to say, it depends on what state you're in as well, but that really didn't make any sense, so I stopped myself. But I said it anyway, so haha. Okay, they both deserve to be loved fully. They're not supposed to have to share the woman they love with someone else. Yeah, that's not fun. But it makes for a good vampire story, apparently. Because it's like, that happens all the time. Twilight with the werewolf and the vampire, and this with the vampire and the vampire. What's next? A vampire and a zombie? Oh well. They're not supposed to have to share the woman they love with someone else. It wasn't fair. Elena's mind went blank. Cuba meat. It'll just re-roll into the Cuba meat. Elena's mind went back to this morning. Even though Damon's voice was snarky, she could still hear the hurt that laced through it. She pushed her guilt aside, answering him. I have to give my first donation today. What? Did he ask what she was doing? Oh, how is everyone else's favorite doppelganger? Well, so technically, yeah, he did ask how she was, what she was, well, not what she was doing, but how she was doing. I guess this does play into how she's doing. She just had to give blood today, and that's always a fucking pain in the ass. So, I have to give my first donation today. And that was all she said, her voice slightly cracking. Why are you telling me that? Well, apparently he doesn't care, so. Why are you telling me this? He was in his shell. Was he a turtle now? He was in his shell, like he was when she first met him. She has literally driven him to become his old self again. She couldn't help the tear that escaped her eye. This was her fault. This isn't anything wrong with how she wrote this. It's just every time I see like a sentence like this, where the word tear is like crying tear, I always see it as tear. And it's like she couldn't help the tear that escaped her eye. It's like she's like opening another dimension right now or something. But I get what you're meaning. She's crying right now. Okay. Because I want you to come with me. There was silence on the other end of the line. And Elena thought for a moment that he actually hung up on her. Oh, that'd be a dick thing to do. Oh, I can't see my life, can I? That's also a dick move. But yeah, she thought he hung up on her, which would be a dick thing to do, man. I know you look like Adonis and shit, but come on. Okay. You're asking me. He sounded shocked. Elena couldn't blame him. Yes, she answered. Elena Gilbert. Yes, she answered. Slightly praying that he wouldn't ask for an explanation because, truthfully, she didn't have one. She just wanted him to come with her to a blood drive. He's a vampire. Does she know he's a vampire yet? Is that like out in the open right now? Because if so, you really wouldn't want him to come to a blood drive with you, because that's room for a lot of bad things to happen. You know, just a lot of awkward moments. Hey, are you using this? Yeah, dude. Yeah, we are. Oh, sorry, just asking. Okay, I'll come pick you up in a few minutes, he said softly. Isn't she already there, though? He started to sound like the Damon. Hey, I said it. He started to sound like the Damon she spent night and day with over the summer after Stefan left. The Damon that she had become so accustomed to. The soft Damon. Okay, sorry. Actually, I was going to drive myself. Yeah, because she's already there. If you're talking about going to the blood drive together. It's just like literally at the hospital. I was going to drive myself. I was wondering if you could meet me, Elena said quickly before he could hang up the phone. Yeah. There was another pause. Oh God. Okay. It was not pause then oh God, because that's also room for some awkward moments. It was pause and he said okay. So he answered. He did not actually hang up. She got there in time. Awesome. So okay. He was there when she made it to the hospital. Wait, wasn't she outside the hospital? Or is this like in media res to where this is happening? Like a flashback? Or something like that? Playing Isaac and reading at the same time hurts my brains. My brains is being hurting. Hurting? Alright, let's go. Leaning against his blue Camaro, she couldn't help the butterflies that dived around in her stomach. Fucking butterflies. I hate it when that happens. at the sight of him. Oh, well, it doesn't happen like that, but he was wearing the same blue shirt he wore on her birthday. Oh, well, that's nice. She loved that blue shirt. That's nice. I'm just going to use Algas so I can scroll down. I just got to pause anyway. So just pause because I'm scrolling down right now. Okay, I was going to draw myself. She loved that blue shirt. Yeah. You don't want to get anything on that awesome shirt. Don't put no glow sticks in the microwave and ruin your awesome shirt. So yeah, when she came up beside him, he smiled warmly at her. So this is like a smile that like exudes warmth or something, or no. He knew that this was hard for her. He knew that she didn't want to do this. Elena smiled back, trying her best to put on her "I'm totally okay" face. But you're just giving blood. Like, this is season 3 of the Vampire Diaries. Have you not been bit by a vampire yet? So a needle shouldn't be doing that much for you right now. Oh, saying that it's just she's here to like for a fetish. No, that's not what I meant. Sorry. I'm totally okay face. Of course, Damon Salvatore saw right through her, just as she saw. Ooh. Grab that. Run up here. Grab that. All right. Okay. Of course, Damon Salvatore saw right through her, just as she saw right through him. The blood donation felt like it lasted forever, which apparently is in a time paradox. It just keeps repeating. But in all truthfulness, it was only a little while. They didn't talk about vampires, werewolves, hybrids, or anything supernatural. They actually talked about movies, music, and Damon. Well, oh wait, and Damon even suggested a few books that she might like to read. Whenever it went movies, music, and Damon, I'm like, isn't Damon kind of like supernatural? But then I read the rest of that sentence, and it made sense now. Alright, so he's suggesting some books that she might like to read. They all start with a twi and then end with a light. Ha ha ha. No, just kidding. That's going to be the last joke about Twilight I make in this video. I'm sorry. Onwards. Even in this stressful time, Damon seemed to bring her to ease. Oh, well, that's good. At least you get a vampire boyfriend to make you feel good and oh, I'll wait. Sorry about those random noises. This is Ipecac. I don't want to load myself up right now. Right now. I might get it later, though. Onwards. Even in this stressful time, Damon seemed to bring her at ease. Oh, well, that's heartfelt. And when it was all over and Elena was bandaged up, they walked out together. Damon walking her to her car. The stars. That's Autumn Room, right? I don't remember. Okay. Damon walked her to her car and all that. Thank you for coming with me, she said thankfully. She's very thankful. Very, very thankful that he came. So she would not have to donate by herself. Damon nodded, smiling slightly. You're welcome. I was half expecting him to say, like, fuck, of course. Look at that ass, though. No, sorry. Onwards. You're welcome. Elena looked at him one last time, getting lost in his... I'm really going to read this, ain't I? Getting lost in his blue eyes before tearing her gaze away. I'm going to walk into a fire next time I see it. I say that. Okay. Alright, we're good. Bye, she said quickly before opening her car door to climb inside. Climb. I understand, but this has always sounded weird. Just to climb inside. How big's the fucking car? Wait, he says. Elena turned to Damon. I'm getting better at this Damon thing. Elena turned to Damon. The tone of his voice was catching her off guard. It was no longer snarky or soft. He sounded confused and lost, like a little puppy. Why did you ask me to come with you? I'm thinking that as well, dog. Why not Caroline or Bonnie? Hell, even Alaric. He's probably fighting demons or something. There it was. Elena still didn't have an answer. She stared at him for a moment before slightly, softly. Whoa, sorry. Before sighing softly, slightly softly. It's like double entendre thing. Entendre? Double negative. A double something. But sighing softly. Because she paused, looking up into his blue eyes once more. Because. Apparently just because. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. Why did you come with me? Why not Caroline, Bonnie, or your Dark Souls friend? She stared at him for a moment before sighing softly. Because. She paused the blue eyes thing. Because. What in the hell kind of answer was that? That's not me saying that. That was actually written right here. What in the hell kind of answer was that? That wasn't the truth. It was because he made her feel safe. It's only a needle. You know, fucking vampires. She knew in her heart that Damon would protect her and keep her calm. So you took the vampire to a blood drive. Okay. Vampire to blood drive. There's another fanfiction. She probably already made that. Scrolling down. Sorry about that. Because keep her calm. Damon seemed to be confused by her answer. Okay, that's new. Damon seemed to be confused by her answer, but asked nothing more. The tension between them was suffocating them both. Don't you hate it when that happens? Just like start suffocating on tension. Alright, the tension between them was suffocating them both. Damon quickly said goodbye before making his way to his car. Elena watched him leave, and that was when she broke down. Wait, what? Oh, she just started crying. Okay. Everything just came crashing around her in that moment, in that one moment. So I guess like the gravitas, or the gravitas? The gravity of the situation she's in just hit her all at once and just made her fall to her knees, start crying. It's very adult of you. No, I'm just gonna say that's a joke. Well, fuck this room, dog. Alright, we're good. So, yeah. Damon quickly said goodbye before making his way to his car. Elena watched him leave, and that was when she broke down. Everything just came crashing around her in that one moment. So here she sat, looking out her windshield at the rain as the rain softly fell upon it. Always fun to do that, watching rain hit windshields and shit. Tears falling from her brown eyes. Oh, it's a bit of... I just learned something. She has brown eyes. Okay, tears falling from her brown eyes. She angrily brushed them away. That's not good. You'll hurt your eye. It was getting dark and she needed to get home before... Alaric, Dark Souls guy, got worried. She started the car, looking back at the parking place Damon's car once occupied through her rear view mirror. I hate that word. Rear viewed mirror. Rear view mirror. Rear view mirror. The mirror you look to view your rear. There you go. With a sigh, she backed up and pulled out of the hospital parking lot. She drove slowly, careful to take each turn correctly and not slide against the wet pavement. Oh, Ragman, come on, dog. Actually, apparently not having any problems with Ragman, so come on, dog, let's go. Ah, fuck. Alright, yeah, she drove slowly and carefully. Carefully to take each turn correctly. Ah, fuck. Slowly, carefully, yada yada, each turn correctly, and not slide against the wet pavement. Alright. It was dark by the time she got to the last stoplight. Spotlight. There's spotlights there? It's like, was the army like blockading the road or something? Okay. It was dark by the time she got to the last stoplight before her house. The roads were completely deserted. She would have even ran the stoplight if it wasn't for that pesky little camera beside it. Yeah, damn that little thing. He knows all your secrets. She started to become antsy as she waited, her heart rate picking up. Something was wrong. Elena reached below her seat, pulling out a large wooden stake. Wait, what? Well, that escalated quickly. That escalated quickly. Okay. She reached below her seat, pulling out a large wooden stake before sitting it in her lap. She instantly felt secure. Well, it's a weird way to feel secure, yo. Wouldn't want to put a large phallic-shaped object that close to the hole, you know? Giggity. Sorry. I apologize for that. With wide eyes, Elena grabbed her... Wait, no. Okay. She didn't notice that the light had turned green in her small panic. That wasn't until someone whispered from the back seat. It's green. With wide eyes, Elena grabbed for her stake, ready to strike. In that instant, someone reached forward, grabbed her by the hair, and slammed her head against the driver's side window, cracking it. Once again, that escalated quickly. Is this an OC character or we'll find out. Aw, little haunt, so adorable. Okay, Elena dropped the steak as you would after getting your head slammed into a car window. In her hand to the floorboard blow, and then her world fades to blackness. In that order, she dropped the steak, world fades to blackness. All right, I'm gonna scroll down so you're gonna see a little pause. Okay, Damon. I said it by accident. Damon wasn't one for fidgeting. He left that to his brother. That's a dick thing to say. My brother's a pussy. He fidgets all the time. I'm gonna leave that to him. No, okay. Damon wasn't one for fidgeting. He left that to his brother, but for some reason, he couldn't stop tapping his damn fingers against the steering wheel. It's gonna take all the concentration. Fuck. Apparently not. All right. He couldn't stop tapping his damn fingers against the steering wheel. As he drove, something in him kept screaming to turn around. Turn around! Turn around! That something was wrong. After a few moments of fighting with himself, Damon did a quick U-turn. That's illegal, dog. You gotta get fucking pulled over. Again, he's a vampire. Just eat the dude. But he did a quick U-turn in the middle of the road before slamming on the gas back towards the hospital. Something was wrong. He could feel it in his gut. His black soul. Oh yeah. He could feel it in his gut, his heart, his black soul, his being. It's a lot of the last time he got this feeling was when Elena was in the hospital about to be swept away by Klaus. Klaus? There's a Russian guy? Awesome. Klaus is Russian, right? Right. And never to be seen again. Wow, that's a... You hate it when that happens. You get swept away by a presumably Russian guy to never be seen again. That sucks. He tried to call her multiple times, but it went straight to voicemail. Mysterious handman turned off the phone. Good job to him. Or broke it. The steak fell on the phone when she dropped it. That's what happened. Alright, we'll just go with that. That's my headcanon. Alright. Went straight to voicemail. This was very unlike Elena. She was one of them phone people. She always kept her phone charged and on her person. On her person. Okay. He went to dial Alaric Saltzman? Twitch would have a field day with this guy. His last name's Saltzman? That's awesome. He went to dial Dark Souls man's number, his finger hitting the numbers upon the screen. His fingers hitting the numbers upon the screen. He looked up at the road for a moment, and then he slammed his foot against the brake, causing his Camaro to slide against the wet pavement, screeching to a stop. Alright, so he stopped. There, facing him was Elena's car. The driver's side door wide open, blood all over the windshield, cracks, as it would be. The ignition on, and the beeping from the open door loud in his sensitive ears. Not the smell of possible blood from her head being slammed into the windshield. Okay. Oh, sad onion. No. Definitely no. Alright. Sensitive ears. Okay. Damon cautiously put his car in park and stepped out into the road. Onto the road. The rain, nothing but a drizzle. Snoop Dogg's playing a role in this now. I need a bomb. Nothing but a drizzle. He tried to swallow the fear that started to form in his chest as he walked. Tends to happen to a lot of people. Especially me. Haha. Inside jokes. Alright. So, try to swallow the fear that started to form in his chest as he walked. His boots hard against the pavement. That is teleport? Yeah, I just teleported. That sucks. This is XL. No, it's not. So I'll just go ahead and go in there. Alright, yeah. So he's walking pretty hard against the pavement. Kind of a dick thing to do. Would the pavement ever do you, man? The pavement didn't kidnap Gilbert. Somebody else did. Alright. Hard against the pavement. His body tense as his vampire senses were on full alert. So vampire senses, is that like a spidey sense, a sixth sense? Or something like that? That is, know when the people they want to fuck for their entire life are in trouble? Sorry for my language just now. On full alert. He reached the car stopping. What? I don't know if it's because I'm playing Isaac at the same time or if it's just not parsed correctly, but my head hurts from reading this. Power pill. He reached the car, stopping when he saw the small amount of blood. Small? Her head was slammed against the windshield. Slammed. Didn't it say repeatedly as well? That'd be a lot more than small. Amount of blood that was splattered on the window. Panic filled his being as he looked inside. But all he found was a stake upon the floor and Elena's cell phone that sat inside her purse on the passenger seat. Oh, so there goes my headcanon. Goddamn. Thanks. The stake did not fall on the phone. Her phone was just in her purse thingy. Yeah, sure. Passenger seat. Damon spun around for a full circle. I cannot speak. I'm sorry. I'm slurring words. Damon spun around full circle as he looked down the road for any signs of Elena. His blazing blue gaze looking through the darkness. Hey, Fallen, what's up, dog? Yeah, his blazing blue gaze looking through the darkness. Damon didn't hesitate a moment longer. He grabbed his phone and quickly dialed Dark Souls Man. Oh, sweet! Death's touch. Yeah, so he's calling Dark Souls Man. Alright. Beep, beep, beep. Beep. Oh, that's the busy tone. Okay, I was confused. Is that him dialing the number? Who has a 3-digit phone number? But no, it's the beep beep beep. It was busy, so there was no answer. Damon pulled the phone away from his ear in confusion, looking at the screen. A large no signal message staring back at him. Don't you hate it when that happens? They got this. Yeah, fuck it. Didn't do what I think it was going to do. What I thought I was going to do, actually. Large no signal message staring back at him. This couldn't be happening. He tried to dial again. No use. There is no stopping this. He spun around the rain. He spun around, the rain falling constantly. Falling steadily now. Elena, he screamed. Elena, he screamed. Okay. It didn't say that twice. I was just repeating myself. Into the darkness, the stoplight across the road from him turning yellow. Wait, what? I know what's going on. It's just... okay. Elena, he screamed into the darkness. Pause. The stoplight across the road from him turning yellow, then red, as if reflecting in his frantic eyes. Elena. So he did yell it twice, actually. Okay, cool. The pain unlike anything he ever felt before, shot through his skull. Then pain unlike anything he ever felt before, shot through his skull, causing him to fall to his knees, his phone dropping from his hand to the pavement below. He rolled over onto his back, his side. Oh, he's like rolling, like, oh fuck, my head, grabbing his head, like rolling, so back side, back side, like that. Okay. Clenching his head in his hands, willing the pain to go away. It doesn't work like that. I got something for you, though. Nice. Onwards. Voices filled the air around him, jumbled together. He could hear footsteps and a car come to a stop, just feet away. Oh. Just feet away from where he lay. I don't know if you did that on purpose to make it rhyme, but good job. It rhymes. Not really right, but it rhymes. Awesome. Scrolling down. How much left? Alright. Okay, voices filled the air around him, jumbled together. He could hear footsteps and a car come to a stop just a few feet away from where he lay. I wasn't even looking at the page. I just remembered because that rhyme. Good job. I see what you're doing. Alright. A few feet away from where he lay. Then a prick in the neck and a burning sensation filled his veins. Vervain. I remember something about a vervain in the few episodes that I watched. Is that like a plant or something? The pain in his head stopped, now replaced by the burning that filled his bloodstream. Hands roughly picked him up. Damon tried to focus. His vision blurry as his mind trying to do this and read at the same time. His vision's blurry as they dragged him across the pavement before roughly tossing him inside of a large white van. Why does it always have to be white? What do you got? What do you got against white vans? Like, just media in general, it's always white vans. Don't hear anything about black vans or yellow vans. All right, continue. Instead of a large white van. Yeah, sweet. His head falling hard onto the carpeted. Oh, it's one of them 60s vans. Awesome. Onto the carpeted floor. Damon fought with himself to stay conscious. He hasn't spent the last few months drinking vervain to be taken down by it so easily. So, it's not a plant? It's like a liquid of sorts? Awesome. Alright. He focused on everything that went on around him. What's the 2 do? I don't know. Oh, I rerolled the floor. Okay. He focused on everything that went on around him in vain. He heard metal doors slam shut, and then he was moving. He could smell the leather and carpet. And what smelled like blood. Elena's blood. Well, of course he'd recognize that. Abel! Okay, poison shot. Elena's blood. He strained to open his eyes. It was hard, but he managed it. To his dismay, Elena lay before him. Eyes closed, almost as if she was sleeping. Spoiler, she's not. There was a large gaping wound on her head. See, a large gaping wound on her head does not equate to a small amount of blood on the windshield. Just inconsistencies, yo. Sorry. Upon her head, blood oozing, especially a large gaping wound with blood that is oozing in her brunette hair. Damon gasped slightly. Slightly thirsty? No, okay. Damon gasped slightly at the sight of her. He wanted to reach out and touch her. Abracadabra, gonna reach out and grab her. Something like that. He wanted to reach out and touch her, but his body was completely limp and useless. Well, alrighty then. Just the wording on that. His body was completely limp and useless. There are pills for that, dog. The road changed from smooth to uneven, causing them to bounce around roughly. What felt like hours later, the vehicle came to a sudden halt, jolting him, not them, because she's knocked the fuck out. She doesn't know what's happening. Jolting him painfully. When the occupants in the front seat stepped out of the car, slamming the doors behind them, Damon made his move. Kagibunshin and then Rasengan them right into the stomach. Oh, so you're tying this with Naruto? No, that didn't actually happen. I would have been laughing my ass off if that actually happened. Okay, Damon made his move. Weakly, he reached over, using all the strength he could manage. Gently, all the strength he could manage. Pause. Gently, he shook Elena by the shoulder. Elena, he said, his voice rough Elena, he said, his voice rough. Has he spoke? Like, has he ever spoken? I know what you mean. As he spoke. Elena, wake up. Hey, common cold. Nah, I already have one. Perfumes? No. Well, sure. So, Elena, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Alright. The back doors opened. A blinding light filled the vehicle, causing Damon to shame his eyes. Damn you eyes. Yeah. Causing Damon to shield his eyes. With his hand, of course. 2 men grabbed him roughly by the legs, pulling him out and onto the pavement. Flat on his back. Oh, that's a dick thing to do. 2 random dudes. What the fuck? Yeah, you go kick his ass, Haunt, while I read this. Damon grunted. He didn't even have time to recover before they pulled him up to his feet and forced him to walk. Oh. I couldn't do a damn thing before you killed it. Granted, I was just being stupid and couldn't find out where I was at in the story. Alright. Ah, fuck, I'm lost again. Didn't even have time to recover before they pulled him up to his feet and forced him to walk with them. Elena, Damon yelled out as he was dragged away. He strained to look over his shoulder, watching a man with messy blonde hair roughly grab Elena. Man with blonde hair roughly grab Elena and throw her over his shoulder. Just throw her carelessly over his shoulder. Damon tried to get away. Oh yeah. Damon tried to get away, to get free even, but was pulled forward by his captors. So is it just me? Is he like really weak? Oh, I guess they did like shoot him up with that juice stuff, whatever it was. Try to get free. Was pulled forward by his captors. His undead heart sank as he watched the man carry Elena out of his view through a door. The echo of its cold slam burned into his brain. How's a slam cold? Unless you're like a frost giant or something like that, and you slam and then boom, cold. I don't know. Loud cheering filled his ears, then causing them to ring loudly. Loud cheering filled his ears, then causing them to ring loudly. Okay. Cheering. Oh, they're watching Price is Right. Awesome. Loud cheering. He tried to focus, his eyes burning as the vervain, that liquid shit, or plant liquid thing, I don't know, as the vervain was starting to take its toll. Two other men walked by, dragging a man who was covered in blood, his veins penetrating through his grayed skin. Alright. Damon tried to stand, pulling himself away, but his legs gave out, causing him to fall forward. Forcefully, they lifted him back to his feet. Causing him to fall forward. And then, forcefully, they lifted him back to his feet. I'll take you. No, not no. I'll take you. Alright. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take you too. And then forcefully, they lifted him back to his feet. Whoa, fuck, where was I? Okay. The lights were too bright. They hurt his eyes. Everything was starting to blur together. Again, as he fought with himself to not lose consciousness. He had to stay awake. He had to fight off the vervain. Like a bad guy in fucking Power Rangers or something. Like the little alien minions. The vervain. Alright, I should have saved that, but yeah, he had to fight off the vervain. He needed to save Elena. Someone came to a stop before him, came to a stop before them, looking down at Damon before looking at his captors. Captures or capture? Captors. Captures? Captors. Captures. No, fuck it. Damon tried to make out his face, but the lights above caused him to squeeze his eyes closed. He felt as if he was looking right into the sun. Felt as if he was looking right into the sun. Alright. Alright, blue captures, right. We can't use him yet. The vervain needs to be out of his system, he heard the man say over the ringing in his ears. Put him in a containment cell, and then give him some blood. He'll be the next to last opponent. Are we on Planet Hulk? Is this like a Planet Hulk tie-over? Tie-in? Crossover? That'd be awesome. Granted, no matter how strong Damon is, he would not survive on Planet Hulk. That's just me saying. But onwards, they're gonna be putting him into an arena. It seems like. What the hell was this guy talking about? You go into an arena, dog. You gotta fight some people. All right. What the hell was this guy talking about? They were moving again. His boots sliding against the floor, leaving black streaks across the tile. He opened his eyes for a moment, his head rolling as he fought with himself to stay awake. With blurred vision, he watched as they stopped before a large door. One of the captors opened it. The metal hinges rubbed against one another, making a loud screeching noise that filled his ears and echoed down the halls. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. No. Loud noise echoed down the halls. They then pushed him forward, causing him to fall roughly onto the ground with a groan. That's like the second time they did that. These guys are assholes. I'll take the goat. Goat, goat, goat. Damon tried to sit up, his eyes focusing to the darker room. He froze suddenly. A familiar scent filled his nose. Blood. Blaha. Blood was the familiar scent. Screaming, blood-curdling screams filled his ears. as someone was thrown beside him. Their breath knocked out of them as they hit the ground. Sure. Their breath knocked out of them as they hit the ground. His eyes slowly started to come into focus as he saw the woman sit up. Pushing herself against the wall at the other side of the room, he could hear her heart beat as it raced. Where am I? I'm lost. Her breath ragged as fear coursed through her veins. He felt his eyes shift as the vervain-induced monster inside him came to the surface. Roar. Meow. He's gonna eat her, basically, is what I'm getting. I haven't scrolled down yet. I'm at the bottom. I'm thinking he's gonna eat her. Scroll down. Find out. Okay, He felt his eyes shift as the vervain-induced monster inside him came to the surface. Her pale blue eyes stared straight into his as she tried to hide behind her mess of blonde hair. Drink up, mate. So, the Australians are capturing him. Okay. One of the captors said with a chuckle before slamming the door closed and latching it shut. He paid no mind to them. He was too focused on the blood that fell from the woman's throat, sliding delicately over her skin, down her collarbone. No, please, she pleaded, her voice trembling as tears escaped her eyes. Damon locked eyes with her for a moment, swallowing his bloodlust and burying it deep within him, or inside him. But after a few more drops of blood fell from her throat, he didn't see the point. Why was he trying to control himself? He was a vampire, a monster. Not only did he need the blood to rescue Elena Gilbert, he wanted the blood. Also, why the hell did he care about what Elena would think or feel? She doesn't care about how he feels. Well, that escalated quickly. Alright. He knew it was the monster inside of him that was in control now. He stopped fighting against it. Emotions are overrated. With that, he flipped his switch, turning off his emotions. That'd be a nice thing to have. Actually, that is a nice thing to have. I have one of those. Turning off his emotions, he grinned wickedly, his fangs white, his eyes red against his blue irises. It had been too long since he had a real drink. The end. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to review and tell me what you think. That's all in Chapter 1 of Safe and Sound, brought to you by Captain Flying Sparrow, and the second verse of the Taceway, of the Book of Taceway, which is just close your eyes. The sun is going down. You'll be alright. No one can hurt you now. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound. Safe and Sound by Taceway, featuring Civil Wars, Chapter 1. That's just me reading the headline at the very top. So yeah, that was Chapter 1 of Safe and Sound, written by the one and only Laurel, the other person doing Let's Plays on the channel. And this is just me doing this because she basically dared me to do it. Not really, but that's how I took when she said, go ahead and do it. It was a dare, so I did it. We're going to upload it here in a second. So, like, comment, subscribe. No, don't. Comment, though, and let me know what you thought about the fanfiction. It's not mine. I just wrote it. Wrote it? No, read it. This may be the only time this happens. I mean, there are 3 chapters in this, so hell, you may get 2 more. We don't know. Depending on if she's gonna allow me to upload this or not. She has the power. Alrighty. And bye-bye.